Okay, sorry, it crashed again. What the heck? I didn't even do anything. It crashed again. Sorry, God. Okay. So salted caramel. I hate when it crashes. I'm so sorry. I hate when other people's crash too. What I wanted to show you real quick was the lemon syrup that we made earlier. And this is what it should look like. It's a little darker, but it's definitely syrupy. I boiled it till pretty much the bubbles stopped. Oh, it smells awesome. All right, caramel is a scary thing for some people, but I'm going to show you how to make it not scary and just be safe. We're dealing with really hot sugar, which we're going to cook to 350 degrees. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. I just got it started because it can take a little bit. I want to get this so you can get a good view. Okay, so it's bubbling furiously. What is in this pot? Let me tell you what's in this pot. Heavy bottomed pot. Do not do this in Revereware, any other thin pot. If you need to buy a pot, I bought this pot specifically for sugar work. Prevents burning. Okay. Okay, so in this pot, and this is a double batch, just so you know. But in this pot, which is double, so you want to half it, is 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water, 4 tablespoons of light corn syrup. I'm going to write this, hold on, one, because you guys are into screenshotting, so I'm writing the recipe. And the corn syrup. I've got it on high heat. What you want to do is when you first put it in, you want to, don't just slowly stir it all together. Turn the heat on high. In the meantime, you want 1 cup of heavy cream, okay? Again, double batch. And I highly recommend do not use table salt, do not use kosher salt. If you can't get Fleur de Sel, try to get another sort of delicious, less salty salt. This is a Fleur de Sel, which is a fancy French salt. But it's a very large grain. It's got almost, it's grayish, sorta. Yes, but any sea salt is okay, but make sure it's a large grain or it'll be too salty because the measurements I'm gonna give you is for the large grain salt. So if you do a sea salt, don't make it the fine sea salt. So in here is also, so in a measuring cup, while the caramel is boiling, you want to put 1 cup cream and you want to put 2 teaspoons of Fleur de Sel. Okay? Pop it in your microwave for 2 minutes to bring it up to a simmer. And then I'm just keeping it over here on my back burner to keep warm. Okay. So do you see in this pot how there's like debris on the sides, right? That can cause crystallization. A lot of people add corn syrup, which there is corn syrup in here, which helps. I just, for safety, I take water, plain water, and a pastry brush. You don't want to stir this because that can also crystallize, but I'm just brushing the sides with water to get all those sugar crystals off, okay? It's okay if you add more water, it's fine. But basically to caramelize the sugar, the water that we added to the sugar has to boil off. And then the sugar starts to, I know this doesn't make sense. It starts to caramelize, hence caramel. There are different stages of caramel. You can cook this so hard that it becomes, if you just boil sugar and water together and caramelize it, it turns it into hard. I am 45 minutes west of Philadelphia in Chester County. Okay, so I'm just brushing all this gunk off the sides because I don't want any crystals and I want all this sugar in my caramel. So again, in this pot I have sugar, water, corn syrup, and that's it so far. And then remember, warm up your heavy cream and your Fleur de Sel or another large grained sea salt. You could do it in a pot if you like. I just think it's just easier for me to do it in the microwave. And then you just want to keep it, you want to bring it to a simmer and just keep it warm, okay? Because what that's going to do, if you've ever made caramel before and you add a cold liquid to your caramel, you know it's like Mount Vesuvius. It explodes. So by warming the heavy cream and the salt together does two things. One, it dissolves the salt, okay? Two, it makes this liquid hot, which we're going to add to the hot caramel. And though the caramel, we're going to cook it to 350 degrees, so you will need a thermometer. Or if you caught my earlier scope, I have my Fluke digital thermometer. And we're going to cook this to 350 degrees. You need to do that with any caramel. You need to cook it to a certain degree for different stages. Oh, sure, I can. Absolutely. So I just want you to see real quick. See how the sides are all clean now? Now I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Again, I have it on high heat. You do not leave the room. I have left the room and come back with my kitchen filled with smoke. Burnt sugar, and it was a pain in the ass to get it off the pot. But here's a tip. You burn your sugar in your pot. Even when you're done with regular caramel, put water in it, bring it to a boil. It dissolves, it's clean. All right. Single batch. All right. This is what you need for the whole thing. 1/2 cup heavy cream. 1 teaspoon fleur de sel or other large grain sea salt. 1/2 tablespoon water. No, hold on. 1/2 cup of water. I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. I don't know why I wrote cup. 1/2 cup heavy cream. 1 teaspoon fleur de sel. 1/2 cup water. 1 cup granulated sugar. 2 tablespoons light corn syrup. 1/4 cup sour cream. There is no butter in this because it's a sauce. And I am making this because if you caught my earlier scope on Swiss meringue buttercream, I am making salted caramel cupcakes, which are a brown sugar cupcake with a salted caramel buttercream. I'm going to add this directly to the buttercream. Oh my God, it's so good. And then I drizzle some of the caramel on top and I sprinkle just a tiny little bit of fleur de sel. So there's a little crunch, a little salt, the sweet, the bitterness of the caramel. Oh my God, it is so good. Okay, so I don't know if you could see, but this is starting to turn color. Can you see? We're not going to go by color here. We're not going to go by color. We're going to go by temperature. And when this gets to be more golden, I am going to check the temperature. So for those of you just joining, we're making salted caramel sauce. My Periscope crashed, so it might not say that in the title. Please share. This is all for you scratch bakers out there. Just some tips and techniques. There are so many different levels of caramel too. You know, if you look at a candy thermometer, let me grab a candy thermometer. There's so many different stages that you can cook caramel. You can cook it till it's like a hard sugar candy. In this case, we don't want to go that high. So, you know, you got the hard crack, you got the firm ball, you got the, not again what? Okay, anyway, yes, it crashed again. So 350 degrees is what we're cooking this at. Can you see? It's starting to get golden. And this is on high speed. And see how much the bubbles are slowing down? That means the water is real close to being cooked out. And now it's really going to caramelize fast. Do not take your eyes off this. It will burn just as fast. We're not stirring it. Notice we're not stirring it. Can you show the trip, please? What's the trip? Can you tell me what you wanted to see again? I don't know what you mean. Okay. See, it's going, I mean, you could just sit here and watch. It's like magic. Oh, the recipe. All right, one more time. And then you can do a screenshot at the end. One recipe, you need 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Can you put up recipe for the screenshot? I can do that later. I don't want to move the camera right now or my phone because it's set up. Thank you. Papa Stream, my name is actually Lauren. The name of my company is Bella's Desserts. I named it after my daughter 12, 13 years ago, so I could be stay-at-home mom. And her name is Isabella. That's why it's Bella, but I'm Lauren. Okay. So recipe, I'll just say it again while we're waiting. Can you see? Watch it. It's more exciting than watching water boil. I'll tell you. All right, half a cup of heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of fleur de sel or other large grain salt, half a cup of water, or a quarter cup of water, sorry. Oh, I'm doubling this recipe. Quarter cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons light corn syrup, quarter cup of sour cream. Get that? Did you get that? All right, look at this. You see? All right, I'm gonna get you closer because I want you to really watch, because you can. I could smell it. Can you smell it? I wish it, yes, sour cream. No butter, no heavy cream, nothing in this caramel. It's sour cream, which is awesome. Kind of elevates the level, puts a little tartness in it. With the salty and sweet, it's such a great balance. You see how it's getting dark? Okay, now I'm gonna stick in my thermometer because I wanna see what we're at. Because I wanna cook this to 350. And I could tell it's really close just by the color, but you gotta get a thermometer. You can't trust your eyes. Woo! 320. Oh! We're almost there. 335. See, it's just getting darker. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I love caramel. It's like my favorite thing. I hate chocolate sauce. I hate all that other stuff, but I love caramel. All right. 6 more degrees, people. But keep it swirling like this because you don't want any hot spots. If you got hot spots on your stove and you see like one section's turning dark, the darker your caramel, the bitter it is. Oh, it's done. I'm taking it off the heat. Took it off the heat. Gotta take it off right now. Take it off immediately. All right, so I'm gonna move you over here because I'm gonna let it cool for 1 minute. I'm gonna cool it for 1 minute before I add my cream, okay? So it'll have half a chance not to boil over. Whoop. Layer of sweetness, are you still inviting people? Thank you. Oh my God, do you see how gorge that is? Liquid amber. Oh, so good. That wasn't scary, was it? Thank you, Papistry. I know, right? Perfect amber. Because this has all this color and 350 degrees. I am careful. Thank you, Cakes by Me. This gives you all the notes of a caramel that you want. It's the bitterness is what makes caramel so delish. Okay. So remember I said we had heavy cream simmered with my fleur de sel, right? I had it sitting back on I have a warming burner. So now I'm going to add, I have a whisk. Whisk is important. Stand back. Woo, doggy. If this was cold cream, this would have flowed over. That's why we heated the cream. Not just for the salt, but also so that it didn't flow over. Because I've done that too. So I'm just going to slowly whisk this and just make sure that everything it's gotten all the good caramel off the bottom. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Now, using my Wonder Cup, remember I told you about that? I have a half a cup of sour cream because remember I'm doubling this. So this is a double batch. So you won't have this much when you do the regular batch, okay? So the sour cream is cold. It's not going to bubble over though because we've kind of tempered it with the heavy cream. So I'm just going to put this in. And then I'm going to whisk it in. See, it's kind of lumpy. I know. I never heard of sour cream, and when I came across this recipe, I was like, But I got to tell you, it is the best caramel sauce I've ever had. And like I said, it's my favorite flavor. So I know from what I speak. Oh, really? Where are you, Cakes by Me? Oh, I'm making salted caramel sauce. Sour cream, creme fraiche. Do you have creme fraiche? You'll help clean? Oh, come on over. It's my worst part. Actually, we'll go outside, relax, read my new Artisan Cake Company book. Then I'll come in and do the dishes. I need a break. All right. This is completely mixed. And I'm going to show you. You see that? This thickens up a little bit. I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to transfer this to another bowl because the pan is still very hot. Okay. I want it to come to room temperature. I'm going to cover it and store it in my fridge. You do not need to reheat this. All you got to do is take it out, bring it back to room temperature, and you're ready to use it because it is a sauce. Okay. You cannot, it's great for drizzling. It's great for plate decorating. It's great. In my case, I'm adding it to my Swiss meringue buttercream. Okay. And that, oh, so good. I taste it, but it's like 300 degrees. Wouldn't taste very good. I think it would burn my tongue. All right, I am going to pour it into the cup I had the heavy cream in. Remember I told you the best way to clean? You put water, bring it to a boil, all comes right off. So I'm gonna let that come to room temperature. That is, okay, so a double batch made 3 cups, so a single batch will make 1.5 cups. And it keeps great in your fridge. I keep mine in my freezer, and I just bring it to room temp and just drizzle it on ice cream or for your desserts that you're selling or making or whatever. So does anybody, Shirley will look you up. Oh, Cakes by Me. Sorry, you're working. Yes, the heavy cream was warmed up with the Fleur de Sel. What's the shelf life? I keep it in my freezer. Seems to last forever. It doesn't freeze solid. It actually is still pretty soft. I wouldn't keep it in my fridge. I keep it in my freezer, my leftovers in my freezer, and I bring it out and just either nuke it if I need it right away or just let it come to room temperature. Can this be made? It's a different method. It's different ingredients. It's got butter. It'll have butter in it to make it thicker. That's the thing about caramel and candy. Unless you know the science and all of that, you got to find an actual recipe. If you put in, how do you offset the liquid? I don't. I put it into buttercream that's already made. I pour it like when I do all my other flavored buttercreams, as I was mentioning before. For instance, for chocolate, I'll make a chocolate paste, add that to the buttercream. I never make buttercream with the flavoring agents being how much butter to make it thick. I have no idea. Again, I don't even know this recipe will work and thicken up. So if you want to try on your own, that's fine. No, because it's a sauce. It's not runny. It will thicken up a bit as it, it's really runny right now because it's boiling hot. This will thicken up as it cools. I'll put it in the fridge because, again, I'm not going to be using this. I'm doing all my frostings and fillings today because I have 300 cupcakes and a couple cakes. So I'm doing all my frostings and fillings today, which I did 2 other scopes. Well, actually multiple because Periscope crashing. That you can do replays on for Swiss meringue buttercream, American buttercream, chocolate ganache, peanut butter frosting, lemon syrup, and salted caramel. I think that's all we hit today. That's enough. I'm tired. And I don't want to do those dishes. If you have any questions, I'm on Facebook at Bella's Desserts. Give a follow. You can replay. It has cream, so if we whip it, it might thicken. I don't know. That would be a good try. The lemon syrup is for my lemon cupcakes, which are butter-based, and I poke them and put the syrup in. It's just like a simple syrup. Screenshot of what? The salted caramel recipe? Sure, I can do that. Hold on. So it's 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Papa Street, where are you? A teaspoon Fleur de Sel or other large grained sea salt. 1/4 cup of water. 1 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup. And 1/4 cup of sour cream. Maryland. I am 30 minutes from the Maryland border. I don't know if that helps you again. I'm an hour and a half from Baltimore. You're welcome, Cakes by Me. So a single batch will make 1.5 cups. I did a double batch, which is why there's 3 cups, because I have 100 cupcakes to make. No, that's what the recipe I just gave you isn't half. It is a single recipe. I made a double today because I have 100 cupcakes to do, so I needed a lot. Fleur de Sel. It's called Fleur. F-L-E-U-R. I'll hold it up. Fleur de Sel. It's a French sea salt. Oh, you're welcome. I love sharing this stuff. There's so many people out there that are so much better at decorating than I am, but I bake. I decorate too, but I found that no one's putting baking stuff up. And I taught myself, so. Fleur de sel, French sea salt. Okay. You can substitute like regular sea salt. But this sea salt, this fleur de sel, let me tell you, I bought sur la table. Yeah. Pretty much anybody has it anymore. Even my grocery store has fleur de sel. But this has lasted me like 2 years because I don't use any much. Cakes by Me, you can go to Facebook, Bella's Desserts, or my website is www.bellasdesserts.com. I have all my menus and my galleries and stuff like that. So I try to post when I'm doing something that is different. Last week I did 2 weeks ago I did a flourless chocolate cake. And what was the other? Oh, a sponge cake. And today's all about frostings and fillings. So I don't think I'm going to scope the lemon cupcakes and stuff. That's kind of boring and it doesn't take very long. So anyway, I hope you have a fabulous week. Thank you so much. Really, this is my best scoping day ever for you guys. More hearts. I love seeing hearts. I never got hearts before. Not like this. I love them. Stream. Oh, well, you know what? Cake Majesty, you can replay the ones I did all day. But there were a lot of, thank you. Oh, Sarah, you went up on my site? Cool, thank you. Papistry, have a wonderful week. You're a tapper. I'm a tapper too. Everybody should tap. They're gorgeous. All right. Love you guys. Oh, thanks, sweet treats. Or Alicia. See, I don't know anybody's name. My name is Lauren, bellasdesserts.com. Have a great day. If I can figure out how to stop the broadcast, because it never stops, and I don't know why. Oh, you watched them all. Good, good, good. Still I'm tapping. Trying to stop. Not stopping. You want to talk some more? Because I can't stop.